I decided to master and awaken the flame fruit, but this time I'll have enough fragments to awaken it, so I won't need to do any extra raids. Now I just need to eat our flame fruit, and I'll also need to unlock the abilities. The most expensive ability will require 100 mastery, and to make it easier to master, I'm heading to the third sea. I think that by defeating all these NPCs just once, I'll unlock all the abilities. The problem is going to be defeating them all at once. I've already managed to get them all low on health, and I hope this attack will be enough to finish them off. I actually managed to defeat them all, but we're still missing the last ability to unlock. With the first ability, we shoot fireballs. Our second significant ability is movement. Half of our entire body turns into fiery flames and we can gracefully fly away. The flight isn't exceptionally fast, but it's incredibly useful if you want to get up to a higher location. Our second to last ability creates something like a powerful swirling tornado when you use it. And if I'm not mistaken, anyone hit by it gets thrown into the air. I'm going to test this ability one more time just to be sure. It's true, anyone hit gets thrown up, and this ability dealt almost 8,000 damage. This time, I'm going to be able to unlock all the abilities. I just need to defeat these NPCs, and I'll unlock my last ability. The name of the ability is Flame Destroyer, and if I'm not mistaken, it creates a giant fireball, and I can throw it wherever I want. Now that I've managed to master our fruit, I just need to awaken it at the castle. I'm going to try to do the raid alone, since it's going to be a fire fruit raid. I don't think it'll be that hard, but I'm not sure if I'll make it, and if I can't do it, I'll use my main account to help me. I managed to get through the first island without much trouble. I hope it's the same here on the second island, but I'm already noticing that it's going to be tough to defeat these ones. I made it to the third island, arriving a bit late, but it wasn't the raid's fault. I actually finished the previous island early, but took a while to come to the third island. I've already unlocked the fourth island, and if I'm not mistaken, as soon as I finish this island, I'll go straight to the boss island. I've unlocked the last island, but now I only have 2 minutes left. My biggest problem here is going to be defeating the boss beforehand. As for the rest of the NPCs, I'm sure I can defeat them. I was already left with low health. Actually, I got defeated. I just didn't run to prolong the fight because there were only 2 minutes left, and if I kept running, I wouldn't have had enough time to finish the raid. Anyway, now I'm going to use my main account to help unlock all the awakened abilities. Look how easy this raid is going to be. I just need to stay up here while my main account does all the rest of the work. I finished the first raid without any difficulty. The first ability always costs 500 fragments, and I just awakened it. And for some reason, I ended up down here under the turtle. Now I'm going to unlock our second ability, and it will cost, if I'm not mistaken, 1,000 fragments. Wow, it's 2,000. It's probably because it's the movement ability. Another ability unlocked, and now I'm going for the third one. And I awakened the third ability. So I think it's going to cost 2,000 or 3,000 fragments. And in this case, it was 3,000 fragments to awaken it. Now there are only 2 abilities left. Fourth and second to last ability that I needed to unlock. Good thing I have some fragments left over because this one costs 4,000 fragments. And this time, I'm going to do my last raid. Now I finally unlocked our last ability. And it's going to cost 5,000 fragments to awaken. But by doing this, I awakened all the abilities. Now I'm going to test each ability one by one. And then I'll check the damage difference between the awakened and unawakened fruit. I found the perfect NPC for us to test the abilities. With the first ability, we used to create some fireballs. And this time it's also some fireballs, but the effect is different. And the fire is blue. Now with the second ability, when you use it, you create a flame on your arm and then unleash a massive explosion. This explosion leaves some fire on the ground, but I'm not sure if that fire deals damage. I'm going to take this opportunity to test that now. I'm going to use the ability here on the side and draw the NPC's attention. Somehow this NPC got completely bugged, but I can still test the ability. And he does take damage from the fire left on the ground. Now our third ability is still a tornado or hurricane that throws the NPC up into the air. But apparently after awakening, this ability became even stronger and its range is even greater. Plus it leaves this flame on the ground that also deals damage. Now the last ability is going to be a fireball, but this time it's much bigger and the damage should have increased as well. And it leaves a flame on the ground, and this flame is much larger and lasts longer than the other abilities. And now, last but not least, movement. Half of my body is still made of fire, but I became even faster after awakening my ability. With the first ability, when not awakened, the total damage is 3,800. Now with the awakened ability, that same attack deals 4,100 damage. With the second ability without awakening, it deals 2,700. Now with the awakened ability, we deal 4,200 damage. As for the third ability, without awakening, we dealt 3,800 damage. Now with the awakened ability, we're going to deal 3,900. I'm not even going to count the damage that stays on the ground, because in this ability, we're launching the NPC upwards, so even if the flames remain on the ground, they practically won't deal any damage. Now our last ability, which is the strongest one without being awakened, deals 5,000 damage. Now, with this ability awakened, the damage has already surpassed 5,000 and reached 7,000. But I think I hit more NPCs than I expected. I think I hit 2 at the same time. This time I'm going to hit just 1 NPC. I charged the ability to the max and it dealt almost 7,000 damage. Actually, it was 7,400. So the awakened fruit makes a huge difference in damage. I came to a public server to test this fire fruit of mine, but I'll say right away that I don't know how to PvP. So this is just going to be a test. In the first combo here, I managed to defeat him, but the level difference is really big, so I probably beat him because he's a lower level than me. He must be around level 1800, 1900, something like that. I'm going to have to find someone who's the same level as me. The problem is that my observation hockey isn't at V2, so it's hard to tell who's the same level as me and who's just arrived in the 3rd sea. I found another one who wants to do PvP, so let's see what happens. I'm also going to use the fighting style because just using the fruit will make it hard to win. The biggest problem here is that I don't know any combos, which makes things even harder. But I do believe it's possible to beat him this way. I landed several attacks, one after another, and now another player just showed up for PvP. Both of them are using the Buddha fruit with click attacks, which makes things even more difficult. Even so, I'm managing here. It just wasn't enough, but I was able to face both of them at the same time. There's an observation hockey V2 without being at max level and other things. I'm going to try going there one more time, but this time I'll try to pull off a combo. I'll use the V move, then I'll use C, and if I can, I'll use the first 2 abilities as well. I just don't know if I can do it. I've already started the combo, and this time there aren't 2, there are 3 with the Buddha fruit. If I had race V4, it would be a lot easier, but like this. But this way, it's really hard for me to win. I'm going to try one last time just because I don't have anything better to do. 2 of them ended up running away, but one stayed and his friends came to help. There's nothing I can do. I just got here and I'm already about to be defeated. I used an ability to see if I could keep them away, but it wasn't enough. There are 3 people with the Buddha fruit. I could probably beat them if I had the ice fruit, which I'm used to, and possibly with a race V4 to make it even easier. Even so, it was a good PvP and I got to test the flame fruit a lot. And if it's used well, you can definitely PvP with it. It's also a Logia fruit, so you don't take damage from NPCs unless they're a higher level than you or they're using armament hockey. But let me know in the comments if you've already awakened your flame fruit and I'll leave a heart. And see you in the next video.